live on Fox. No tape delay. Just live UFC action. Wow! Featuring Shogun Hua versus Brandon Vera.
Oh, goodness!
4 great UFC bouts live. Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Only on Fox.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lee Zeidman, General Manager of Staples Center, Nokia Theater, and LA Live. And on behalf of everybody here at LA Live, Staples Center, and AEG, I'd like to welcome Dana, the fighters, UFC, and Fox back to Los Angeles. This is the third fight that has taken place at Staples Center in Los Angeles that UFC has put on. We were fortunate enough to do UFC 60 in 2006, UFC 104 in 2009, and now we're fortunate enough to do UFC on Fox 4 in 2012. And to Dana and everybody at UFC, I think I speak on behalf of all the fight fans in Los Angeles that every 3 years is too long for you to come back here. We'd like to see you back here on an annual basis. You know, we have a tremendous social media program here at LA Live and Staples Center, and from everything we've seen and heard, Saturday night is going to be a blockbuster night. We're very, very excited about it. We wish all the fighters well come Saturday night. There are still a few tickets available for people to purchase for Saturday night. It's going to be a tremendous time here at LA Live and Staples Center. So good luck to all the fighters come Saturday night. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the president of UFC, Dana White.
Good morning, LA. What's happening? I want to apologize. We're running a little late this morning. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody. Who's got the first question? John? Right here, give it to John Morgan.
Hey, Dana.
What's up, buddy?
Not much. Obviously, the big story this week went from having 2 guys fighting for a title to maybe 4. Could you talk about the thought process there? And was there any frustration at all to make an announcement and have the fans kind of turn on you a little bit?
Nope, not at all. I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again. You know, the way that I look at my job is I'm here to give the fans what they want. They're the ones who decide, you know, what they want to see and what they don't want to see. You know, they weren't thrilled with just the main event being up for the title shot, then the co-main and main event now are. Whoever wins the most impressively on Saturday will get the shot at the title.
I guess looking forward, if Dan Henderson wins in September, obviously you've got a lot of interesting matchups there. If John Jones wins in September, he's fought all these guys before. As a promoter, are you concerned at all that you're already running out of big fights for John, and would you ever ask him to move up to heavyweight in the interest of big fights?
That's what we've been saying about Anderson Silva since 2006. There's always contenders. There's always new guy. I mean, it's up to these guys. On Saturday night, these guys got to go in there. They got to deliver. And you know how it is. You know how this is. Every time somebody says that one of these fights is off the charts on Saturday. I mean, Shogun, who had the fight of the year last year. You know what I mean? Fight of the year last year was a war against Dan Henderson, who is now fighting Bones Jones for the title. How quickly we forget, everybody. We'll see what happens on Saturday. Again, don't judge fights until they happen, you know? And you know, if it sucks on Saturday, I'll be the first one standing up here and letting you know.
Sure. And final question for Lyoto and Shogun. Obviously, you guys are focused on the fights that you have right now, but seeing you 2 guys sitting next to each other, I wonder if either of you feel that there's unfinished business and maybe you guys would like to fight again in the future someday.
Vocês estão sentados aí juntos os dois. Você acha que tem alguma coisa que está inacabado entre os dois? Vocês querem ainda se enfrentar?
No. I think it will be a great opportunity for both for us, and the trilogy will be welcome for me and for Shogun for sure.
O Lyoto é um grande atleta. E com certeza acho que uma luta vai acontecer ainda. Ele é um cara novo também, então acho que a gente vai lutar ainda no UFC. E eu gostaria muito que fosse no TUF. Eu tenho esse sonho de lutar no TUF no Brasil, então eu espero realizar esse sonho.
I respect a lot Lyoto. Would be a great opportunity to fight against Lyoto. Maybe in the next TUF season in Brazil will be a dream come true. Let's see what's happening. but for sure this fight is gonna happen very soon.
I think, he had the next question here. We'll get you next, all right? Hand him the mic, please. Thanks.
This first one's for Dana. You've never been interested in referee cameras, but now we found out yesterday they will start being used in the UFC.
I'm still not interested in it.
What was the decision-making process like in having them, and is it a permanent thing now?
Yeah, where's Borsari? Borsari ended up, he's hiding that. He's the one that came up with the ref cam. He wants to do it, so he's doing it.
Absolutely.
The thing is, without it, it's great in boxing. You know, maybe it'll be fantastic. They have the 10 count in boxing. So when the referee's counting saying, "Are you okay?" wipes off his glove and says, "Can you continue fighting?" The camera's right in the guy's face. I mean, we have, I can't remember how many, like 11 cameras in the UFC already, but, you know, we're going to try new things. We'll see how it works out.
Next question for Ryan Bader. Ryan, a lot of people keep talking about the wrestling against Machida, and people think that you need to take him down to win. You know, do you think people are underestimating your striking, and do you think you'd be able to change their minds on Saturday night?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we're both, you know, mixed martial artists, and he's not just a, you know, karate practitioner. I'm not just a wrestler. And for me, I'm young in the sport. You know, I came out of wrestling and just started from nothing, just a wrestling background. And I feel I have the ability to surprise people because I can grow substantially every single training camp, every single fight. So my goal is to come out, have more tools, look better, you know, and just be a more well-rounded MMA fighter every single fight I come out. And so for me, I think that surprises a lot of people and a lot of opponents because they're fighting or watching tape on a guy that I'm not even that guy anymore. So I do believe I can surprise some people.
Okay, Dan the Wolfman, ProMMANow.com. Questions for Brandon. Do you feel like this is your real Rocky moment to seize the day?
Yes.
All right, that's all I got.
No, I mean, that answer sums it up. That question sums it up, man. The UFC gave me a great opportunity. Shogun gave me a great opportunity. You know, bro, people wait their whole lives for a moment like this. One moment, I got it. It was given to me. I'm not going to squander it, man. I'm not going to throw it away. We'll see Saturday night what happens.
Question for Ryan. On the UFC Road to Octagon show that aired on Fox, you talked about this incident, I guess you could call it, with Lyoto on Tough, but I didn't really quite understand what your beef was and why you're still sort of harping on this. What exactly happened there?
Oh, there's no beef. I was just joking around. I was just referring to when we were on the Ultimate Fighter. I don't even know if he remembers, but he was just demonstrating a move, and he had me check a kick, and we were demonstrating in front of, like, you know, the rest of the fighters. And so I checked a kick, and he came under and swept my leg, and I fell right on my butt and on my back. And I had to fight in a couple weeks, you know, so I was like, all right, one time. Then he had me do it again. I was like, no way is he going to do it again. Sweeps me again on my back. So it was all in fun, but that's kind of the thing I was referring to. So.
And Lyoto, it sounds like you don't remember the incident, right? Wasn't a highlight for you?
Yeah, I don't remember this, but who beats don't remember, but who got the kick, the punch, never forget.
I am curious, though, Lyoto, for you, when you did see Ryan on the show, did you think that he would be as good of a fighter that he is today, a top contender and a guy that you would one day fight? Did you see that in him when you were training with him on the show?
Yeah. When I was there, I saw the first time in Ryan Bader, and he was a great athlete, very, very hard, big hard. He trained very, very serious there. Then I believe that.
Spencer Lazar, MMA interviews. This question is for Shogun and Lyoto. If you guys, depending on who might get the title shot, would you rather coach Tough Brazil and have that happen, or would you rather have an immediate title shot at John Jones?
Se rolar o TUF, né? Se não seria justo o vencedor da luta do TUF, né? Ser o desafiante do cinturão.
Eu acho que o UFC coloca bastante cinturão que ele acha interessante, então acho que com certeza seria justo sim. E eu lutando pelo cinturão, fazendo o TUF, eu estaria muito feliz.
UFC knows better than anyone what is best for the sport, for the business. We are professionals. Would be fair to have the both guys as the next 2 season coaches and a fight to decide who's gonna be the contender for the belt. Could be fair, why not?
Hi, this question's for Dana. Back in 2006, Brandon was on the cusp and on the verge of having a title shot at heavyweight. Can you speak to right now as a promoter, what's going through your mind seeing him, getting that shot maybe and maybe fulfilling his destiny that you guys were pushing back in 2006?
Yeah, he was a guy who at one time, I was trying to get him on The Ultimate Fighter. He didn't want to be on The Ultimate Fighter because he was going to be the 205-pound champion and the heavyweight champion. He just wanted to go right for the title. He didn't want to screw around on tough, he said. And he did. He came out and started ripping through guys, and he had some personal problems as far as the business side on his side, and went into a tailspin after that. Had some injuries. It's a typical story. The talent is there. He's a talented guy, and like he said, he's got this opportunity on Saturday, and a lot of people have been talking a lot of shit about him. You know what I mean? And this is his opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
AJ Perez, FoxSports.com. This is for the four fighters. How do you kind of go into the match on Saturday? An impressive win could get you a title shot. Does that change your mindset at all and how you go about fighting these rounds?
Me and Mr. Bader were talking about this in the back, and everybody's been asking this question, whether or not it means more because there's a title shot on the line or whatever. I don't know what makes you guys think that we weren't taking the fight seriously before, that we were going to try to knock the person out that's across the ring, the octagon from us that evening. I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, I think that is after the fact. That's a bonus. Let us go out there that evening, do our job, beat the hell out of each other. You guys laugh, sit, enjoy, and then we'll worry about what happens after.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Coming into this fight, I'm trying to go out there and win as most impressive I can anyway. That's just extra. You come back here and hopefully I'll win impressively. And Dana White says, hey, Ryan Bader gets the next title shot, and I'm sure these guys feel the same way. So it changes nothing. It's there in the back of your mind. But I'm going to go out there and try to win the most impressive way I can regardless.
Eu fiquei muito motivado, com certeza. A Dana falou que pode sair desse evento um futuro desafiante do cinturão. Mas eu estou focado 100% de sábado. Eu tenho uma luta dura pela frente do Gabriel Vera, então eu estou focado 100% nele. O resto é consequência.
I have a tough fight next Saturday. Right now, I'm just focused in the fight of Saturday, and let's see what's happening in the future. No pressure, just more motivated for the next Saturday.
I don't change my mind. I keep my focus on Saturday. I think, like Shogun, same. And we have a big fight on Saturday. You have to keep our focus in this fight.
What's up, Carlos?
Hey, what's up, Dan? This question's for everybody too. Do you guys ever think that a ranking system would help clear up the matter, or do you just like the way that it goes right now in the UFC?
Yeah.
That's for you, Dan, too.
Yeah. Obviously, rankings would be great. There's a lot of different ranking systems out there. It's just, there's no real legit one. There's no real legit ranking system. And I've always said the best way to find out who the top guys in the world are is to have them fight. If you look at these guys' records and what they've done, and these are the best in the world. We're going to find out on Saturday who's next in line.
Yeah, I agree with Dana. Whose list do you take into account for who's right as far as the ranking system and all that. So just have the guys fight, and then everything else will work out.
Hi,
Karen,
Dana.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Question for you. Has there been a difference in how this show has been received because you have light heavyweights? The last fight was Nate Diaz, which I thought was very good, but the other fights had heavyweights, light heavyweights. Is the show received any differently because we have bigger fighters and Americans are sort of indoctrinated with that old sort of heavyweight boxing mentality?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think in this sport, you know, people like all the fighters, no matter what weight class they're in, depending on the fight. You know, I have no idea. I guess we'll find out on Monday when the ratings come out.
I guess so.
This question's for Dana. Dana, it's actually been brought up a couple of times about the potential to have Lyoto and Shogun be the next coaches of the Ultimate Fighter Brazil. Can you speak to that a little bit? Is that something that you would be interested in, to maybe push these guys, the next faces of the UFC, on Globo?
I honestly, we started filming The Ultimate Fighter here on Monday, and I haven't even thought about Brazil yet. You know, obviously, whether we're in Brazil, the United States, Australia, they would both be great coaches anywhere, no matter where we were. You know, the thing about coaching The Ultimate Fighter, we look for guys who actually have a ton of experience, a ton of knowledge, and can pass it on to these younger guys. And I mean, come on, these two would both be amazing coaches. So yes, I just haven't thought about Brazil yet. Ariel?
Yes, Dana, the last time you were here in Los Angeles for UFC 104, ticket sales were not the best. How are they for this card, considering it's free?
I think they're good. I don't even know. How are ticket sales? We good? Yeah. He says fabulous, fantastic. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you're concerned about it.
Well, and just curious about going up against the Olympics. What's I saw the promo about we're not tape delayed and things like
The
that.
Olympics are in England.
Right.
We're in Los Angeles. You talking about ticket sales?
No, I'm talking about
something different now?
TV ratings. You know, Fox, it's free. The Olympics tape delayed. Is that something you're going to try to push over the next couple of days? Because usually the second Saturday of the Olympics is a big one.
Yeah, and there's no doubt the Olympics are kicking ass this year. They're pulling huge ratings, big numbers, and yeah, we're definitely aware of that. Yeah, we're going up against some tough competition on Saturday night. No doubt about it.
Thank you.
Question for Lyoto Machida. Lyoto, this camp you did not train with Steven Seagal. Does that mean that we have no flying front kicks, or are there any new techniques that you're going to show, though you haven't been training with Steven?
No, this camp I didn't train with Seagal, but I had a lot of support from my family, from my team, and maybe I'll have a surprise on Saturday.
And next question's for Shogun. Everybody keeps comparing your striking and Brandon's striking, and you two both being primarily Muay Thai fighters. What are the differences between your Muay Thai versus Brandon's Muay Thai?
Eu acho que o Brandon é um cara bom de Muay Thai e com certeza é a luta que eu gosto de lutar, porque ele não vai querer amarrar nada, então vai ser uma luta que com certeza vai rolar algum nocaute, um lado do outro. Então eu gosto de lutar assim, cara que busca sempre a vitória.
Brandon, like me, has a good background in Muay Thai, aggressive and strike like me, so I think this fight is going to finish in a KO. Let's see next Saturday.
A couple questions for Lyoto. Are you concerned at all that Mr. Bader brought in another Shotokan master to train with, that he might be more prepared for your style than opponents in the past?
I just thinking about my preparation. I don't thinking about the Bader preparation. I knew about that. I know that he had a great karate guy, but for me it doesn't matter. I just want to do my style, my own style.
Okay, and also you've basically kind of relocated to Redondo Beach, and you have two of your brothers here and your father here. What does that mean to you to have that support system here for this event?
Você agora está aqui em Los Angeles e você trouxe os dois irmãos, seu pai. Como é que é ter esse suporte todo nesse evento?
It's a great for me. It's a great. Always with me. I have a confidence of this guy, and I just keep my focus on my fight.
For Brandon, please. Brandon, obviously you've got a teammate fighting on this card as well, and Phil Davis. Can you talk about what role he plays in your training, and has he added anything to your game, or do you still consider yourself kind of a tie striker first?
You know, I used to consider myself, first when I very first jumped into the sport, a wrestler. Then I considered myself a striker. Now I just consider myself an MMA fighter, man. I need to be well-versed in all versions of the game. Up to date, current on everything, because stuff does get old and stale. People know what you've done. There's video to watch. You need to surprise people all the time. Having Phil Davis on this same card is a huge, huge honor for me and Phil and our gym. And we actually have another guy, Phil DeFries, is fighting on the card as well too. So it's three of us, man, out of the same gym. It's a really cool thing. You know, you're at the gym. You don't have to go through the grind by yourself. If you're tired, you look over and you know your partner's tired too, but guess what? He's still going. You're still going. Let's keep moving. So it's been amazing, man. And Phil's a, man, you know who Phil Davis is. He's an awesome training partner, brother. Yeah, we picked up the wrestling some. Phil's had a fight coming up too, so we were kind of both playing on each other's strengths and weaknesses all at the same time.
And one last one, you know, Dana kind of brought up that your struggles kind of started after that holdout that you had. A lot's been made of your injuries and everything that you've gone through. But in that particular situation, what lessons did you learn there? I mean, everybody wants to get paid. So, I mean, are there regrets in how that went down, or do you still feel like you did the right thing there?
No, there wasn't a holdout with the UFC. But what happened was him and his management split.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
It was a big thing through me and my manager. Brother, I had to wait forever for the legal process, going through the commission, and it was just a headache, brother, and I couldn't do anything about it. There was no way to fast track anything. You just had to wait.
Edith Garcia with MMA Inside the Cage. This is for Lyoto. It was a follow-up with the other question. Should we also be expecting like a different fighting style from you now since you're relocated to LA?
A gente pode esperar estilo diferente nessa luta?
I don't know. I'm preparing a lot for this fight. For sure, I have many techniques, but depends what bait give to me.
If the press has one more, we'll take one more, and then I'm going to open it up to the fans. Nothing? All right. Oh, wait. Carlos right here. Give it to Carlos.
Dana, you've talked about, whoever's the most impressive on the night, and we just heard about Phil Davis, and just a few months ago, he was considered one of the top young prospects. What if he upstages everybody?
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope everybody on the undercard has a great, exciting fight. That's why I say, people keep saying, oh, what's next and what's next? There's lots of tough guys in the light heavyweight division. People start to forget real quick. And then when, another show happens like this Saturday, there will be a buzz. Somebody will be buzzing after Saturday. You know what I mean? So we're going to give it to the fans. You know the rules. Don't ask me for anything. I will be tweeting tickets on Friday. All right? Just if you have a question and ask a question, try to keep it specific to the fight. Anybody?
Can I have some
What's
tickets?
up, buddy?
I'm just kidding. All right, worst case scenario, because nothing really goes as planned. Suppose both of those fights end like super impressively, like terrific knockout. Do you like flip a coin backstage, see who gets a shot, or what?
That is the problem I want to have.
All right. Well, I say whoever you do give the shot to, like the one who didn't get the shot, make them fight the loser of Jones and Henderson.
There you go. You just figured the whole thing out. Perfect.
Hey, Dana, how's it going?
Hi, good. How are you?
Not too bad, thanks. I know you've spoken about a cruiserweight division. Have you ever thought like a super heavyweight division, like 285 plus maybe?
I never spoke about a cruiserweight division. I like the weights the way they are now, and there aren't even, the heavyweight division is just starting to fill out and get deep. You'll never find super heavyweights.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Dana. This morning, Kayla Harrison from the U.S. won a gold medal in judo at the Olympics, and seeing that Ronda Rousey won bronze last time. Do you see, if you've been watching Olympics, do you see any potential in any of the wrestlers? Maybe we can see another Dan Henderson or another Ronda Rousey, or God forbid, another Hector Lombard or
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it, but yeah, obviously when you're an Olympic athlete and you make it to that pinnacle, what's next? Where do you go from there unless you're going to compete again in 4 years? This is an outlet for those guys. They can continue to be a professional athlete and go on to make money and make a living. So yeah, I would love to see some of the Olympians start training in mixed martial arts when it's over.
Yeah, this question is for Lyoto. What round and how do you see the fight ending on Saturday night?
What round?
Qual round e como é que você vê a luta acabando?
It's difficult to say. I don't know. I just want to win the fight, put a great performance on Saturday.
This question for Dana. Dana, I've come all from Rio, from Brazil, here to see this fight.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
We're really disappointed that you didn't make the Anderson Silva fight. You're back in Brazil, so I've given you an idea.
It wasn't my fault. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know
okay.
about that international thing.
Yeah.
You should get John Jones to fight these two guys, please. That was just a mistake what happened.
Say that again? What did you say?
Yeah, that's what I think. The John Jones fight with Machida and Shogun, that was just a mistake. I think so. No, mistake I say. The fight, what happened. Okay, so I think that you should really give us a chance in Brazil.
You're saying those fights were mistakes?
No. I say what happened on the fight? What happened on the fight?
Was a mistake.
Was just a mistake.
Right.
Yeah, they were not in good days. They're great fighters. So you should get John Jones back to in Brazil, another environment, because as you know, it's totally different.
Okay.
Think about that, please, man. Think, we Brazilians, we want it.
We'll be back to Brazil. We're coming. We'll see what happens with these guys. We'll see who fights John Jones next. All right?
Hey, Dana, how's it going?
What's up, buddy?
I just wanted to know what your plans on coming to LA more are. You know, we
Yeah.
want to see you guys more, twice, 3 times a year. We'll definitely be here. I mean,
But we love it out here, man. We always get great support. Southern California has been a hotbed forever. And, you know, we travel this thing all over the country and all over the world. We're always going to be coming back to LA. And Staples Center treats us so good, and we love it, man. We love it here. Thank you. Anybody else? 2 more guys. Yeah, we'll get this guy. We got you, brother. We got you. Calm down. Yeah. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say to all you guys, thank you very much as a fan. Dana, you're my hero. I love your attitude on everything. I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast the other day, and he said something about you have the best don't give a F attitude, and I just love that from you. It's awesome with everything that anytime anybody comes at you with anything negative, it's just...
Thank you.
But all the fighters, thank you guys for everything you guys do, putting your bodies on the line, man. We all appreciate it very much.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, thank you
We
guys.
love you guys, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you. Give it to the guy right next to you there, yeah.
Hey, Dana.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. I was wondering if you're open to the idea of musical acts opening up for like the UFC, you know, kind of like at the Super Bowl, they have
Right.
musical acts, and during boxing fights, they might have like a walkout song. I was just wondering if maybe you might be open to the idea.
We've talked about that before, and it's been talked about. The problem with it is, no matter what group you have, if you did that, I think when you show up for there's 2 different mentalities. There's the mentality for, I'm going to a fight tonight, and I want to see some fights. And then there's a concert mentality. And no matter who you have, not everybody at the arena is going to like that act. You know what I mean? So while music absolutely 100% goes with fighting, the walkouts, and I mean, it builds anticipation. It's exciting. It's fun. When you're at the UFC, the music is blasting, and you're there having a good time. But I just don't think a band and the fights work together. You know, and it's been done a couple times. Thank you so much, Los Angeles. We appreciate you very much, and thank you to the media. Sorry we were late. You guys go ahead and get ready for a photo op. I'm going to square these guys off.